Today I'm going to rate clone houses, not fragrances, just houses based on my personal experience. And because I only buy bangers, there aren't any bad ones. So we are going to rank them from S tier to B tier. I don't think there are like any C tier in my collection, at least because, you know, I only spend money on the fragrance that I think they're worth it. But again, this is based on my personal experience. So, I mean, do with that what you will. Let's get into it. Now I'll start with, you know, each house, and I will tell you about their most famous line and what they are, you know, doing at the moment. I try my best. As I said, I don't have, you know, fragrances from all the houses, and this is my personal experience. So bear with me and tell me what you think if you disagree with me on one or two choices, obviously. Let's start with a huge house, one of the OG houses. It's Rasasi from Emirates, absolute workhorse of the, you know, Middle Eastern fragrance industry. They drop banger after banger. This line, the Hawas line, is probably their most famous line, but they're also doing some very good stuff other than this. Rasasi has the advantage of being an older house. They are well established. They are, you know, very, very popular. To me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the Hawas line in general. So that's, you know, like my own opinion, that's my personal opinion. But the quality, the build quality, for example, like let's take this fragrance, the cap is very, very heavy, the atomizers are acceptable. Oh man, and the scent profile and quality they use is absolutely, you know, like well done. So no complaints there. Because of all these, I would place it in A tier. The only reason it cannot go any higher is that, you know, most of their products follow the same path. And, you know, like once a line is big enough, they just keep pumping fragrances. There is no, you know, change, or, you know, there is no, how say, like originality. Sometimes I feel like it. And some of the products, you know, like for example, like if you have the original Hawas and then they have ice, I know they're trying to like put a twist on things, but to me it's just not enough variety to, you know, place them any higher. But absolutely well done with all things considered. Obviously, you know, you cannot expect the house to be perfect. This gets you very, very close, and value for money, absolutely brilliant. Definitely A tier. Check them out if you have not, and if you're a beginner, definitely one of the first clone houses you're gonna visit. Rasasi, A tier. Next up, let's go to Maison Alhambra. This is a house that is an offshoot, or, you know, like the sub-brand for Lattafa. We'll get to them in a minute. Maison Alhambra does a lot of things correctly, and some of the other things, they're not the best at some stuff. So one of the good things that Maison Alhambra does, obviously, is producing high quality clones, at least, you know, for the price that you pay. These are very acceptable. So two issues I have with, with Maison Alhambra. One of them is, you know, they don't put any twist on most things. They just try to copy something as well as they can. They get you close to like 70–80% of that fragrance, but because of that price tag, because of the, I'm assuming, material and the ingredients they're working with, obviously they're trying to keep it in the minimum. So most often time you don't get, you know, the clearest, kind of like the most transparent scent. So you get something that, you know, resembles that scent. For example, like this is an Acqua di Gio clone. You get something close, but the scent itself is like mute, or how say it, like it has, yeah, it's not shiny, if you catch my draft. Now, this of course is true for most of Maison Alhambra's products, but sometimes they are on point, banger, like this one. This is called Fusion Intense. This is supposed to be, you know, obviously from the packaging and everything, a Tom Ford clone. This is a clone of fucking fabulous. And man, they are on point. You get the almond, you get, you know, everything that the Tom Ford offers, plus you get very comparable performance. So, you know, there's nothing not to like about it, honestly. So Maison Alhambra is a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes they're very good, exceptional. Sometimes they're like, meh. But overall, they're very good, acceptable. One of the first houses you'll visit, especially if you're, you know, building your collection right now, just because of the scents that they're trying to, you know, emulate, and these scents are very popular. They also have a very good line on Louis Vuitton fragrances. They're called Jean Lo. Check those out as well. I'm gonna put them in B tier because, well, you know, as I said, hit and miss. Are they bad? Absolutely not. Are they always great? Nah, not always. Afnan is up next. This is probably one of my favorite cologne houses ever. They put some of the best fragrances known in the cologne community out. And, you know, they keep producing banger after banger after banger, so no complaints. They're absolutely fantastic. Their 9 p.m. line is, you know, famous, and oh man, they're actually great. So from everything, from the packaging, you know, the heavy cap, very heavy cap actually, to, you know, the build quality, the packaging, everything is on par with any designer fragrance, dare I say. And honestly, you know, they're not slowing down. To me, one of the better cologne houses you can start a journey with. And obviously, you know, as I said, they are getting better and better and better. Or, you know, even if a fragrance is not your taste, you cannot say like it's bad or it's of poor quality or anything like that. No, it's actually very, very good. So Afnan, one of the first houses you should visit. Fantastic for the price, and, you know, the level of cloning is, you know, top tier. Absolute bangers. S tier, I love this house. Afnan, one of my favorites. Next up, let's go Fragrance World, one of the OG fragrance producers, you know, from Emirates. And they have like a very interesting approach. So they copy everything and out in the open. So for example, like if this fragrance looks like this, as in like a, you know, the original looks like this, they try to get you close without, of course, falling into the, you know, the copyright and everything that comes with it. But they try to rip the bigger brands off very cleanly, but, you know, as close as they can get to it. But the products are actually solid. For the price that you can get them, these are extremely cheap, but, you know, they're actually good. So you may want to, you know, have an Angel's Share clone that is very, very cheap, or a Platinum Egoist that is also very, very cheap. Fragrance World is one of those places that you have to look first. Again, for the money, for the value they give, fantastic. One of the OG, one of the oldest producers, and they actually do a fantastic job. Never had any problem with them. Are they the best? No. Are they the most popular? Absolutely not. But they have some bangers, hidden gems like this one. I have a video on it actually in my channel, like if you didn't. So they're pretty good. Now, if you want something cheap that, you know, gets you close as can be to the original without sacrificing anything, and with, you know, the lowest amount of money, definitely check them out. Great house, one of the originals, and they know what they're doing. Fragrance World slides right into B tier. Again, one of the better ones. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. Everyone's favorite, Lattafa. Oh man, not much to say about this house. #1 on Fragrantica in terms of popularity. Crazy popular at the moment. Everyone talks about them. They have a ton of releases every single year, and generally they're good. The only issue with Lattafa is that build quality is very hit and miss. You know, sometimes I have, you know, for example, like this fragrance, Alhambra, build quality solid, everything is nice, the packaging looks awesome, the atomizer, no problems at all. But sometimes I get, you know, bad atomizers, leakage, bad packaging or whatnot. But apart from that, you know, if you put that aside, Lattafa in terms of, you know, accessibility, popularity, and, you know, the production, bang for your buck, probably one of the better ones. And, you know, I cannot, you know, emphasize this enough, but being this popular as a clone house, madness. Like 10 years ago, if you told me that Lattafa is gonna be like one of the most popular fragrance houses, you know, in the world, actually the most popular by Fragrantica standards, I wouldn't believe you. I would say like, dude, what? Like, you know, they have like maybe one solid replica fragrance, but nowadays, dude, it's a whole different story. Lattafa, fantastic, they are good. And, you know, yeah, they are pretty solid. So, yeah, Lattafa, not much more to say about them. I believe S tier, and I think everyone agrees with me because of the popularity, the volume of things they put out, and obviously, you know, the fact that they have some of the best clones ever made, namely these two, actually. French Avenue up next, one of the newcomers. I have heard it is a sub-brand of Fragrance World. If that's the case, well, they're doing fantastically well. French Avenue to me is very, very good. They have probably the best packaging in terms of, you know, the quality, the build quality, and whatever you get. Fantastic. Oof. Clones on point, very, very well done. The only thing that I think is holding them back at the moment is the fact that they are newer. You know, they've started recently, especially compared to some of the bigger fragrance houses that have been, you know, at least active for the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years. They're pretty new. But if they keep going, they will definitely be S tier again in terms of packaging and, you know, like the visuals. Very good, probably the better ones, the best ones. Again, in terms of packaging and whatnot, probably the best ones. But, you know, they have a long way to go. I know they have some absolute bangers. They have, you know, they have covered some of the most popular fragrances. Name this one, for example, like this is a clone of God of Fire, but they have, you know, a little bit more to go, and then they will be considered S tier to me, at least. For now, I would put them in A tier, just because, you know, they don't have enough volume to back themselves up. But if they keep going, one of the better ones. Very, very good. French Avenue, you gotta try them. Next up, we have Ahmad al Magrebi. This house is one of the houses that my experience with is very limited. Similar to one other house I have, I'll show you, but this one is the only fragrance I own from this house. It is good. I mean, this is an extrait de parfum. I like everything. I like the presentation. It's very chic. It's very, very nice. You know, the atomizers, crazy. And, you know, the scent profile obviously is to my liking. It's a very good clone. I've talked about this scent multiple times on the channel. It is very, very good. However, one of my problems with, you know, this house is that they are not as accessible. They're not as popular as some of the other houses that, you know, they're, you know, just everywhere. This is, to me at least, is a little bit, you know, how say it, like, it's under the radar. It's maybe underappreciated, I would say. So my experience is limited with them, and of course this list is based on my personal experience, so you get the point. But to me, for now, I put them in B tier, simply because I haven't tried enough fragrances from them. But I'm sure if you have, you'll let me know in the comment section. This house is actually, you know, promising, looks very good, so yeah. The other house I was talking about is, you know, the house of Watania. This one is called Cayenne Classic. It's a clone of Dior Homme Intense. My experience with this house is also very, very limited. You know that, but this clone is so good that even if they just produce this, I would say like they're automatically A tier. Just because this clone man, it's on point. You cannot get closer to the aroma intense than this. For the price, insanity. You don't need the original. It's that good. So even if they have only this fragrance in their whole, you know, catalog, this is enough. A tier for me, Al Wataniah. I have not tried anything else from them. If you have, let me know and I will definitely check them out. But woof, it's great. Even if you're just gonna buy one fragrance from this house, this is gotta be it. Cayenne Classic, Al Wataniah. Boom. Another OG fragrance producer, you know, Ard Al Zaafaran. They have some, you know, absolute classics. My favorite from the house is still this one. It's called Hayati. This fragrance, yep, okay. You know, wait, I'll show you. The cap just slides loosely into place. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that, but it is, oh man, it's a clone of Invictus. It's a very well done clone. It has that kind of like a plasticky feel to it, but I like it. And you may want to check out the atomizer. It's not the best. Build quality, nah, not that crazy, but for the price, because you know it's one of those clone houses that has like very affordable clones, it's a solid house. Again, you know, as I said, they have some absolute bangers, but to me this one is still my favorite. And you know, they just put some kind of like a Middle Eastern edge to the creations that they're trying to emulate. I'm not mad at it. It's pretty good, and you know, for what it's worth, it's one of the original houses. Not much to say about them, honestly. They are kind of popular, kind of not popular. They're kind of good, kind of not good. I would say like B tier for this house. Very, very nice. I like it. Last but definitely not least, Armaf. Probably Lattafa's best competitor, you know, their main rival, I would say. Probably they have the world's most popular clone fragrance called the New Intense Man. I've chosen this very interesting fragrance to show you. I own a bunch of them, and Armaf is really good. They are good at everything. They're good at packaging. They're good at marketing. They come up with, you know, different fragrance lines. They are good at extending them. They're good at producing limited editions, and you know, like they have a bunch of creativity about them. This fragrance, of course, is a clone of Low Mold Team, a discontinued fragrance for now, but they do a really good job. Build qualities are very solid. You know, the bottles, I mean, the shape is weird, but honestly, it is cool. The build quality is good. The cap is kind of heavy. It's not, you know, the heaviest you'll see, but oh man. They use very good material, good quality ingredients. You know, you can tell just by smelling it. So Armaf, absolute beast of, you know, cloning, and you know, one of the better clone houses in the world as of this moment. I'm assuming they will be for, you know, a while, because they're so popular and so good at doing it. So yeah, I would say just, you know, automatic S tier. I mean, Armaf and Lattafa and, you know, all these heavy hitters gotta go to S tier automatic. There's so many clone houses I did not include. You know, some of them are fantastic. You know, they are, you know, some of the better ones. I don't know, Paris Corner, Al Haramain, and you know, so many. So this list is limited just to these houses, and of course, if you want a part 2, definitely I'll make that video as well. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Feedbacks are appreciated. Let me know what you think about the fragrances and the houses in the comment section. Subscribe if you have not, please. Helps the channel grow, and I'm really trying to get that, you know, how to say, like, to my first 1,000 subscribers. So that'll be a huge help. Also, I can bring more fragrances to you, and you know, we can spend some more time together. Thank you for being here. As always, have a great day and night ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.